In the UK, we've run two voucher schemes. The first scheme was called the Super Connected Cities SME Voucher Scheme, so it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. And the second one is the Better Broadband scheme, which is still running. The first scheme was specifically aimed at small and medium-sized businesses. It was a business-focused scheme. The second one, the Better Broadband scheme, is open to all premises in the UK which are unable to get speeds of at least 2 megabits per second, so that's homes and businesses. The first scheme was run between 2014 and 2015, and the offer was vouchers with a value of up to £3,000 to support getting connected to local networks. That scheme proved to be very popular. About 40,000 businesses took advantage of the scheme, and once it got going, the take-up was very, very rapid, and there was very, very positive feedback from businesses as a result. We believe that, the evidence we've got says that businesses that took part believe that the returns to them were about 8 times what the value of the vouchers that we supported. Within that scheme, about 15% of the vouchers were used by businesses which work together in groups to provide or to take advantage of aggregated schemes. So a group of businesses on a business park or within a local area would work together and do that. The second scheme that we've got is a much smaller one, aimed at premises which have still not got access to speeds of at least 2 megabits per second, so mainly households but also businesses, and they can apply for a subsidy of up to £350 for a subsidised satellite connection, but also they can use that for connections to local wireless projects, and in some cases, again, they are aggregating vouchers through that scheme to support connection to fibre networks. That has currently been used by about 5,000 homes and businesses. It's still in operation. And again, it's popular for the people who use it, particularly those who get wireless connections. They think that's a much better solution than they had previously. But even for those who take satellite, it's obviously better than what they have, in the sense that if their speeds are not good enough, it does give them access to that alternative technology. There are a number of difficulties with these types of schemes. First is actually making sure that those who are eligible know that the scheme exists. And certainly with the business voucher scheme, we started off with quite slow take-up because businesses did not know the scheme was in operation. The way we really fixed that was to get the suppliers to promote the scheme. Once they took ownership of the promotion, they were much more engaged and went out and sold it quite heavily. But the downside of that then, of course, is that you then run the risk of those suppliers themselves over-exaggerating what was actually available. So that's one of the problems. So user awareness is the first thing. Promotion by suppliers is the second thing. The third issue is that because this isn't run through a standard type of contract, and there's lots of suppliers, and it was very difficult to check exactly what they were doing on every individual installation. There was some evidence of suppliers using the subsidy in ways that they shouldn't have been, including 1 or 2 fraud cases. So keeping control of the suppliers is quite an issue.